Hi, Liana, how are you?
Hello.
Hello. Any questions so far?
No,
You have question on your school, no?
no.
Okay, now let's actually start again, okay? So last week we talked about what is HTML and we covered chapter 1 to 3. Today we are going to cover chapter 4 and 5. So it will be lecture 1 and some part of the lecture 2. This is on first page design, okay? But before we do that, actually I want to show you something. So eventually you are going to use the Coda.org for a project, okay? So let me draw out some of the project I have before. So eventually you are going to develop some sort of project. Let's actually look at this program. So it is a game that I designed on here. Okay, so basically we can run. And then next, and then we can do rolling. Okay, whatever. So this is a game that I developed over here, okay, using this tool. So when you make a video, you can actually do share, and then let's see, actually you can do advanced option. Okay, so here actually you can, okay, two things. You can copy the link to the page, and then you open a new route and paste it over here. It's a link to the page. And then usually you will demonstrate your program using this page, okay? This later when we do the project, I'll show you how to do it. But basically, this is what eventually when you finish the project, you will be looking at. Okay, so this is the page. Now, that's one thing that we would like to talk about today is that eventually you are going to demonstrate based on some such a program and make it like this. Now, let's go back. So here, actually, let me show you one more time. So basically, the original program, let's go back to the original program. The original program is a program. So I can also do share and then show advanced option. And then right here, you actually can save as library. You can do export. So do export. So do export. So when you export it, actually a file has been downloaded. It's called blockgame.zip. Okay, so it's still downloading. Okay, so it's done. Okay, done. So done. Let's actually do. I'll go to the directory. Okay, so the zip file being created. Okay, so this zip file. Let's actually cut it. Okay, let me move to somewhere else. Okay, so move to. Let's assume that we go to our project directory. So go to, let me see, go to this one, web design 26. So let me put into the student directory, okay, not the normal one that I'm using. So here I put into the end. So right here, let me just post it right here, okay. So it is the called blockgame.zip file, and then you unzip it. So what I want to show you is that this blockgame actually is a HTML file. So we unzip it. Okay, so directory being created called blockgame. Okay, so there's a directory being created. And under the blockgame, there are several files. One of the file called index, that is one HTML file. So that's actually open this index file. Okay, using the Notepad++ to open it. So this one, it is a HTML file. You see, it actually is a HTML file. So basically, whatever you edit in the code.org, eventually when you download to your local disk, it will be a HTML file and JavaScript file and CSS file, just like this. Okay, is that okay? That's why we need to study the HTML. It's related to the product. Now, if we open it, just open it with Google Chrome, it will be the software that we develop. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
So that's the long-term goal. Okay, long-term goal is like after you develop this one, you can download to your hard disk. That would be a HTML, CSS file, those kind of a web design file. And then you can also share the link and then use the link to demonstrate, to post it in the browser here. Okay, later when you are done with your project, then you will be using this. Okay, today we don't go into there now. So let's go back to our page design. Last time we actually do have the first page design. It is pretty simple. Just give it the so-called favicon. Okay, favicon. Favicon is the icon that on your tab. The icon that show on your tab is called favicon. Okay, so last time we put a favicon and title there. Now today we are going to put an article into there and put some image there, and then we would like to style our page. Okay, so that's our purpose. Today we are going to show you some pages. Now, before we go into the pages, let's actually go back to the slices that we have. So I'm going to go back to the slides that we have for the chapter 4. The chapter number is the textbook's number. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to bring up a PowerPoint file. Okay, so now we actually have this. Let's see, let's actually do. Let's go to the chapter 4. So chapter 4 will guide us to design a page. Okay, so create the first page. Now we're going to do this creation of the first page. First one, you need to know about the structure. So you start with HTML, ending with HTML. This one, we call it open tag. Open text means that you start to have a tag. And close tag means that it actually finish the tag. So anything between them is of HTML format. So this one, we call it a tag. Open HTML tag, close tag. This one, we call it close tag. This one, we call it open tag. Okay. So inside the HTML, we do have head section, body section, and footer section, right? Last time we covered this. In the head section, we have a title for the page. We also add the favicon to there, okay? Now today we are going to focus more on the paragraph part, okay? So this is your page structure. So then first you need to know about what is a tag. A tag is we call it markup language. Markup means you put a symbol before and end of something to enclose the data. So it creating some meaning. Maybe it's an image, maybe a picture, maybe it's a video, maybe something. But that actually is a markup for the language. So here you mark up with the title. So this inside is the title. Okay, is that okay? So there are several types of the tag. HTML tag is one tag, body tag, head tag, title tag. Now today we are going to talk about H1 tag, P tag, UL tag. Today we are going to talk about this different tag. But before we talk about different tag, you need to know tag is a boundary mark. Okay, so the boundary of the title is from here to here. It's called boundary mark. So tag. Any questions so far?
No.
No? Okay, so now we will start to actually design a web page following this chart. So this chart is very important. So this chart is very important. Let me copy for you. put it on the group, okay? So this different chart is very important. Now let's look at the chart, how we develop a page. We will go step by step, following this different chart. First one, you need to start with content. Content means that something you would like to feel put into your page. So today's content, we select this page, US history. Okay, the US history curriculum as our page. Okay, so that's our content. No problem. So first one, start with the top content. Second, give the document structure. Let's give you the structure. Okay, so here let me create a new page. Let's call it us.html. Okay. So we create us.html. Now we want to give it a structure. So the first one, we start with the open tag, close tag of HTML. We create a head tag and H closing tag. And we create a body tag and body closing tag. We create a footer tag, closing and footer tag. Okay, so this is the main structure is right here. Okay, so far okay.
Yeah.
Now next one we would like to do title. So title, let's call it US history. Okay, US history. Now next one we are going to put the favicon on it. So this one is US history. So we would like to put a US flag, PNG, icon. Okay, let's search like this. So maybe this one is good. Let's download this page. So this one, let me put it into our directory. It's a SVG file. Okay, it's not PNG file. It's actually a SVG file. We'll try SVG file. No, let me try different one. This SVG may not work. For the PNG, it's better. SVG may not work. Let's try this one. This is PNG with BDD. So let's try how about this one? Create logo. Let me see. Download. PNG. Okay, so right here we got a red. Okay, this is correct. That's actually cut it and put into the directory that we have. So this one we demonstrate before. I did it one more time. I do it one more time, okay, to demonstrate how to put the favicon there. So go to the directory that you want to put the file. Okay, right here is the chapter 4. So that's put into the chapter 4. So that's a paste right here. And the name is quite long, but I don't like the name. So let me change it. Rename it to us.png. Okay, so this one is us.png. Now we finish. Now we want to edit to here. So let's call add favicon to HTML. Okay, favicon. So that will actually guide you to some pages that will add the favicon. And then right here, you can have this link, copy, and then put under here. So there is a link. Okay, href right here, it is not the path that we have. So you just do us.png. Okay, this one, choose this one. So this one hook up it correctly. So up to here is okay. Let's actually save. And we actually finished the page documentation structure and the start with the good content. We finished that too. So we look at our first version of the US. So right here, it do show up with the flag at the title. Is that okay so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so this page up to here is the same as last time. Let me pull it out, okay? Pull it out, just up to here. So right now, no content is in the page. Now, next step. So we do have the document structure, we do have the text. Now we are going to put the content into the page and identify the text elements. Okay, let's do that. So next one, we go to the page that we want to put the data in. That's called, now this one, now this one, now this one, now this one. Yeah, this one is called US history. So that's actually grab everything. Okay, grab everything, copy, go back to the page. So let's put it in under the body. Okay, so it actually is right here. Okay, so this different data that's actually is starting not align, not align. Usually you want the HTML to align, header to align, body to align, footer to be aligned. So this text a little bit over this side, so we don't like it. So let me choose every line. Okay, up to here, and then we do tab. Okay, the body got tab in as well. So let me put it back here. So this one is the content we copy over, but this is too long, so I would like to bend it down. So let's bend it down. Bend down doesn't matter. Okay, bend down doesn't matter. It actually won't change the file format. Okay, it won't. So right now we are preparing the data. Okay. Okay, so first paragraph, we bend it down. Second paragraph, let's bend it down as well. Okay, this actually done. Let's actually save. Okay, up to here, we finished putting the text content over there, and then let's go back to our disk. And then let's look at the US. Okay, so since like being jammed together, there's no style. It's just text. It's okay. No matter how much we bend down, it doesn't change the page structure. It just be kind of like glue together. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And if you move, it may change because your size of the window change, it may change. But this is the whole thing actually just some glue together. It's actually the text are gluing together. So actually you are not able to differentiate them. Now, this one is unstructured data so far. Unstructured data. So in the body, this is unstructured. Now, first thing I would like to introduce something called paragraph. So right here, let's put a P tag and closing P tag. So this is called P tag. P tag also called paragraph tag. So let's call it. So this one is comments. Okay, so this is comments. P tag. The paragraph tag. Okay, the paragraph tag. So that is one paragraph. Second paragraph, we start with right here, P tag. Put it right here. So we do have two paragraphs. One paragraph here, second paragraph there. That is save. Okay, now let's reload it. Here, if you finish that, you want to reload the same file, you hit this one, you reload. You reload the file from your disk. So that's reload. Reload, apparently, you do have one paragraph right here, another paragraph right here. Okay, so we start to have some structure. the first structure we have is paragraph. So far, okay?
Yeah.
So now next one is we want to have a title. So this is title, actually, you don't use the P tag, you use the H2 tag. So this H2, H is for header tag. So it's used for title of the paragraph. So let's see, this right now we have H2 tag. And then let's look at it. So it become H2. Right? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Now you may have a question like, okay, you have H2, can we do H1? Yes, you can do H1, okay? So H1 is a bigger tag than H2. It is bigger. Now you can also do H3. H3 is a smaller tag than H2. Okay, let's actually make it smaller again. Let's make it H4. So H4 would be the same as the text size. It said that it's 4 faces. It's actually emphasized, but it actually is same size as the text now, if you are using H4. Okay, let's do it one more time. So H4 is a smaller, same size as your text. Now, so what you can do is using H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 4 is the same as your normal text. So usually you pick H2 or H3, depending on which level of the the title you have. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we do see this page. Let's change it back to H2. So these different things actually create a header, and this header we call it a block tag. And the P paragraph is also a block tag. Block tag means it's a container, so you can put something inside there. You can put something inside there. This is called block tag, okay? Now let's actually look at something. Let's actually look at something. Let's assume that we want to put a image of the America right after the modern America. We want to put our flag there again. So right here we can add a image, and the source code equals us.png. Okay, and let's save. So this one is not a block tag. This one we call it an element. Element tag means that it create an image already here, but it doesn't include text in there. It's not a container. Block tag is a container. Block tag, you can put the header in there. You can put the paragraph in there. That's block tag. This image is not a block tag. It's called a element tag. Element tag means that it includes an image. That image called us.png is a flag image file. Okay, and then we finish, let's reload. Okay, the image is too big, right? Apparently the image is too big. So we don't like that. So let's go back to here. Let's change width. We want to make it smaller, so let's use 24 pixel. px means pixel. You know what is a pixel?
Yeah.
Pixel is like if you want to do a, you use a dot, 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 dot. Each dot each of such dot, we call it a pixel. Is that okay?
Yeah.
In fact, our image, our picture usually is like 256 pixel by 256 pixel. Each one of them is a dot of different colors. Okay. This is called pixel. So we use a 24 pixel width. That's the width of the picture. Let's say. Let's look at it one more time. So the flag dropped down to 24 size. This is smaller now. Is that okay so far? Hello? Hello? Is that okay now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now, but not a moment ago. So
Yeah, it's fine.
it's okay. Don't worry. So here, this one is we shrink it to 24 size. Okay, we shrink it to the 24 pixel size. So right here we have a header tag up to here. We have a paragraph tag right here. We have another paragraph tag right here. We have image tag right here. Okay. So what am I doing? I am trying to identify the contents active image and then identify the text element. Text element means the paragraph and headers. So I have done 1, 2, 3, 4. So far, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we are going to go to chapter number 5. So number 5, we have a page that is, but we don't, here there is no border, here no border, here no border. That's not what we want. Okay, and the background no color. That's not what we want. So what we want to is actually to change the page appearance with the style sheet. We would like to change the outlook for the page. So that's actually go back to here. Now in the header part, we would like to say style. Style is to adding style to it. So we say body. This body curly brace means the body here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So this is a body right here. We are going to do background color using beige color. Okay, so the background color, the page background color is beige. And then you do margin of 30 pixels. Okay, let's just do this so far. So the background color now is beige color. 30 pixel is the distance from here to here. This is 30 pixel. 30 pixel from here to here. 30 pixel from here to here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So let's try more. Let's try 60 pixel. Color, let's change to Azure. Okay. It changed color for the page. So far, okay.
Yeah.
If you don't like the color again, we teach you already, you can use color picker. And let's actually try to use a color picker to choose a color. Okay, choose this color. Let's actually make it a little bit lighter. Okay, this one. And then let's actually, you can copy this hexadecimal code. So right here, this one is called color name. You can also use a color code. Okay. So Azure is a color name. You can use color name or you use a color code. So color code is the one you learn from code.org. It actually is red, green, blue, okay? So let's use a color code now. And let's run it again. You see the color code changed to this red like color. Okay, so we are teaching you different way to use it. So you can search for JavaScript color name. If you like a color name, they do have a HTML color name. And then here you can see all kind of color name, right? So when you don't know what is light blue, let's actually use this light blue. Light blue. So let's actually go there, change it to light blue. There's a light sky blue. I think you should use this in the Coda Oak, right? So let's use this as light blue. Okay. So you can choose for the color name, and color name can be found in the internet. It's called HTML color name or JavaScript color name. And each name also have a color code. You can use the color code as well. Either way, okay. You can use the one from Color Picker, or you use the standard color name from this HTML name. Either way would work. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Let's try another color. Let's try this light golden yet a rod yellow. Okay, light golden rod yellow. Light golden rod yellow. You see, they already have a name. Okay, you can tune it until you satisfied with it. Okay. Okay, so right now we finished the basic style and the header and the paragraph. So we finish this first page's requirements, 5 steps. So this chart is very important. You follow the different step to build your step. Okay. So there's a exercise 4.1. This one is a homework. You can work on it. Okay. So your program structure has a HTML tag, header tag, a body tag. Sometimes the footer tag you don't add. Can you add this line called duck type HTML? Yes. So this one, yes or no? If you don't have it, it still work. Yeah, question? Question?
No.
So this line, if you have it or you don't have it, it doesn't matter. It actually is to SU version of the code. Okay, version of the code. So right now, HTML means HTML5. You can also put HTML4 there. That's an older version. So this one actually is tell the HTML browser which version of the HTML it is. So you can go to the internet and then say HTML types. Okay, this one is a duck type declaration. So you will tell people what kind of HTML it is. So you don't say it is HTML5, but there are several versions. So there are some version like HTML4. This one HTML4. Okay, this different HTML type. XHTML1, XHTML. So this is different version of HTML. You want to tell the browser which version it is. So if you don't tell them what type it is, it would be HTML5. So right here, let's put it in. So right here, do increment mark back type HTML. Okay. It doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter you has it or not. It's actually end up to be the same. You refresh it, basically no change. Okay. Okay, then that's actually the document type. Let's go down a little bit. So each of these is a block. So this one is maybe H1. This one maybe H2. This one maybe is a paragraph. This one may be H2. This one may be a paragraph. Okay, so this actually is different bracket. The outline show the structure of the element in the home page. Okay. And you can add the image. So image, you just put the image SRC. SRC means source. So you put your file name for the image there. Okay, then you should be able to hook up your image. So this one is called an element tag. This element tag is an image tag. Your source file. Alternative happen when you don't find a page. You will show text photo of a bird. So if you have the image, you will show the image. If you don't have the image, somehow the bird.jpg doesn't exist, then you will show an alternative. This one's alternative. So this text will be show up, okay? That's the alternative. Okay, so this one you continue to work on it. You should get something like that for your project one, okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
This is on the project. Okay, so body, you actually specify the body for the body. H1, you can also specify the H1 style. We'll talk about this later, okay? But at this moment, you just need to know background color. We change the page background margin, changing the boundary for that page. Favicon, we talked about it already. Okay, Favicon. And then next one, Unicode. Okay, Unicode. Unicode is useful when you have Chinese. Okay, for example, you may have some Chinese inside your text. So let's put it over there. So we may have a new paragraph. And this new paragraph, it has this Chinese letter in there. So this one is the wrong symbol, so let's change it. So the symbol actually doesn't exist in English. Okay, so let's actually change it. Let me change it to half format. Okay. Okay, whatever. This one is a Chinese. So for the Chinese to work, you may want to use the Unicode. Okay. So let's go back to look at it first. Right now, it may already changed. So Chinese later are there. Okay, let's actually look at this one called HTML later. Okay, Unicode. So the capital set attribute. So let's just copy the meta capital set UTF-8. UTF-8 means you want to use a Unicode. So right here, you put it over here. You should tell people that you use the UTF-8. So this one is Unicode page. So with that, you guarantee it to be able to show Chinese characters, no problem. So this one is normal. But if you change to different character set, that's actually try different character set. Now this one, I'm picking the wrong one. So let's choose a different character set. This one's UTF-8. Let's choose, let's do characters, character set English. So you make the Windows 1252. Okay, let's try this Windows 1252. So let's change this one to Windows 1252. Let's see what happened. Okay. This is one character set that Windows use. So we use Windows 1252. You see, Chinese letter can no longer be displayed. So you need to choose a encoder that it should be able to show Chinese. So the one that we use UTF-16 is Unicode. UTF-8 is Unicode, 8-bit version of Unicode, and that will show Chinese. But right here, we using the so-called Windows 1252 is not okay. So let me comment it out. This one is not okay, so we comment it out. Okay, it's actually commented out. So let me rewrite it using meta. So this meta need to be in the header section to tell people you are using. Okay, no, you don't need that. It's just like this. Okay, so this one is a character set. We just want to demonstrate for you that how to demonstrate a Chinese character or spatial character or emoji. Okay, emoji also need that. Okay, so here we actually finish our first chapter 4. Okay, now we move on to chapter 5. So chapter 5, we are going to look into more markup language, link, and image. We look into more of them. Okay. Okay, so right here, you actually first still talking about the markup structure. So first you need to know about the character set. Right now we are using UTF-8 character set. They are ASCII character set, UTF-8, UTF-16, UTF-32 different character set. Okay. You need to choose the proper one to use. So text structure, we introduce H1, P1. We will talk about this UL, OL, and DL today. Okay, later. Okay, we do have H1, H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As I say, H4 is the same as your text. H1 is bigger, H2 bigger, a little bit bigger. Okay. Okay, now let's look at UL. UL is an ordered list. So an ordered list, actually, we like to distinguish something. Okay, let's go back to our page. So let's assume that we actually bring up the page right here. Let's go back to our US history page. Okay, this one. So right here, let's assume that we would like to add the union 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These different unions in your US history. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, we want to list it down, so we actually do have header. Let's use the header too. Okay, so that's you call it curriculum. Okay, and we have different curriculum. So this different curriculum, we do have 6 different units. Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we want to make it an order list. So we say UL an order list. So each one of them is a list item. So we totally have 6 list items. So let's put the 6 list item. Okay, these are 6 different list items. Let's put the unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Okay, so let's do unit 1. Okay, let me copy the whole thing. Okay, so we do have unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let me copy the name of each unit. So unit 1 is Exploration and American Indian Group. Let's put it over there. Unit 2 is called the 13 Colonies. Unit 3 is called the American Revolution. Unit 4 is called the Constitution. Unit 5 is called Early America. Unit 6 is the Age of Jackson. Okay, done. Let's save. Let's open it one more time. So the unordered list give you the bullet items. Is that okay? That's unordered list. Any questions so far? It's called unordered list. So unordered list is one kind of the listing. Any questions so far? Hello? You hear me? No, I don't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, you're probably too far away from your microphone.
Oh, I understand it right now.
Okay, so next one is order list. Order list, let's actually look at let's try this. Let's try. Let's try starting 13 states. Okay, so let's assume that we want to the starting 13 states. Let me pick. How come it doesn't allow me to copy? It doesn't allow me to copy. Let me actually choose another one. Okay, that's actually, for some reason, they don't allow me to copy the name. So from New Hampshire to Georgia, copy. Okay, let's actually, right here, now we would like to create something called ordered list. OL, ordered list. Before this ordered list, let's actually also put a header too. So let's put the 13 states. Okay. And then right here, you put the 13 state right here. Let's put it over here. Okay, these are the different 13 states. So let's put the list item there. Okay, that's actually right here. That's actually put the list item, every list item there. Okay, let's create this item. Okay, we do have 12, 13 of them. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now let's cut a state into there. So we put down the 13 state in the list item. And this one is order list. So the order list will come out with numbers. The unordered list will not have number, it's just Boolean items. It's an order list will have the so-called numbers. So I put it there. We have one more. Okay, this different garbage, let's clean it. So we do have a certain states, and we list down using these items. And finish that. Let's actually open it one more time. So now it actually comes with the order item with number. So previous one is unordered, so you use the Boolean items. Is that okay so far? So far, okay? Hello? Aliena, are you okay so far? Hear me? Aliena, how are you?
My suddenly frozen shut
Yeah,
down.
no problem, no problem. Now we actually finished the list items and the order list and unordered list, okay? Next one, we are going to talk about the discretion list. Also, you can call it dictionary list. It's called discretion list, D list. Okay. So your definition term, okay, and the definition of the definition. Okay. A discretion's definition, discretion's term and definition. Okay, let's look at it. So let's assume that we want to use the US history terminology. Okay, so that actually just find some bill of right, and that's actually bill of right. Okay, let's copy this one. So this one is actually called H2. So this one, let's call it terminology. Okay, terminology. Another you said the discretion list, D list. Okay, and each different list has a determined description term and you also may have the description, the definition. Okay, so this one you actually just paste your things over here. So basically, your array is the term, and then the first amendment, whatever this is called, its definition. So let's cut it and put it in the definition here. Okay, and it's too long. It's too long. Yeah, it's actually too long. So here, let's make it shorter. This one is bent down. Let's bend down, bend down, bend down. Okay, so this one is a description list. Each list has a term definition, Okay, so that we have the first pair. Let's try to look at another one. We'll put two, okay? We don't want to put too many of them. So bill of rights, then let's look at another one that's called central power, okay? Central power. So central power, let's actually put it over here. Let's actually have the definition of the term. And the description of a definition, both of them. So that's a passive. So this one, the definition, let's actually cut the definition. Put it down here. Okay, this is central power is good enough. Let's put it over here. Okay, so we had a bill of rights, its definition, central power, its definition. So let's just save. And let's look at it. So this one is called description list. Is that okay? Term definition, a little bit like dictionary items. Okay. So these are what we, the day we finish this header paragraph, an order list, and description list. Okay, different structure of the pages. Okay, so this one, okay. Okay, let's have a 5-minute break because we are 1 o'clock now. That has a 5-minute break. Let's go back 9:05. We will continue to teach you more tech, okay? And this different more tech is not structured, so not like structured. So it's more individual block. Okay, have a break. Hello, hi Vienna, how are you?
Hi.
You okay so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we are going to talk about more different kind of tech blocks. Okay, so far we talk about header, paragraph, order list, unorder list, and also description list. So these are different structure of the text. Okay, and as you can see, it's actually showing you the different structure on the page already. Okay. Now, sometimes you may have famous people. You want to put a quote of the famous people on top of everything. Okay, so let's actually find some quote for it. So let's say quote by Washington, George Washington. Look at quote by. Okay, let's just use this one. To be prepared for the war is one of the most effective means of the peace. Okay, that's actually assuming that this is the quote that we want. Okay, so you would use the block quote tech. Okay. So it's a block, it's a quote. Let's put it before the this one, H2. So right here, let's have the block quote. And then put this over here. And let's just save and see what it is. So you see the quote is in the middle. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes this quote is not too obvious. It's not very obvious. So we may want to beautify it. So that's actually try to use different things. We want to emphasize it a little bit. Okay, so that's a quote that's actually having a different things. So that's in the style that's had a broad quote. That's the body. Okay, let's do background color. It's using the azure color. Okay, and then margin. Let's use 10 pixel. Okay, so this one we do have the margin and also have the background color. Let's see how it works. Okay, we do have margin. We do have pixel. Okay, that's a big quote. Then that's actually 10 pixel. Let's try to have 10 pixel on each direction. So 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 10 pixel. This 10 pixel first one is the top. Second one is left and right. Third one is the bottom. When you have only one number, that would actually specify only one number. Here we specify 3 numbers. It doesn't seem to change anyway. That's okay. So let me actually change another one. That's actually okay. That's 10 pixel. Let's keep it as a 10 pixel. 10 may be not enough. Let's try 30 pixel. And let's try. It actually moved back more actually. Okay, I think that's not it's not really the margin. It maybe it's the padding. So let's add the padding. Okay. So let's add the padding. Also 30 pixel padding. Okay, padding is correct. So what is padding? What is pixel? So from here to the boundary, this is called padding. Padding. From here to the neighbor, this one we call it margin. Okay, so margins from here to here, from here to here. This is a margin. Is okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the things like that. Okay, so this is a padding a little bit too much right now. 30, I think too much. So let's tune the padding a little bit. So let's put down to 10, a little bit, not too much. So as you can see, the CSS section is changing the style. It doesn't change the content. Okay, it changed the style. So now we have a new padding. Now we may want to put some dash line for the border, of the quote, because it's a quote. So that's actually go back. So right here, we would like to have the border. Okay, let's use a 2 pixel border. Let's use a dash. And then let's use for the color border. Border will be 2 pixel wide dash line. Okay, that actually is fine. So let's actually save. And okay, so all these, when you use the coda.org, they will give you. So you see there is a been dash line being created. Now this one actually usually the code you may like to have curly rounded box instead of rectangle box, right? So let's actually do one more things. So this one you have a border, then that's called border radius. Radius is yours R, right? Your R. So this one let's use 20 pixel radius. You see? Is that okay?
Yeah.
This 20 pixel means right here it has a circle of 20 pixel radius. Make it rounded. Is that okay? Make it rounded.
Yeah.
Make it rounded. So this is a quote. This quote is usually put in the middle for important people. But somehow here you may want to have, so here you have American history. Sometimes you may have some coding. So let's call Python US history code. I don't know whether we have that code or not. Let's see. No, that's probably not going to happen. So let's call Python US. No, let's call Python maximum. Okay, let's call maximum. So let's see. Okay, let's assume that this is this. I don't think no, this is not good example. Find maximum using while loop. Okay, let's actually try this. Okay, sometimes you may want to have a program that use a Python program to, you want to list the code like this. Okay, let's assume this is Python code you want to import. Let's copy this whole thing. Okay, and then you may want to put your code on your web page. So right here, let's use H2. Okay, let's try something. Let's try using paragraph. So you put your code in there. And then it's now well aligned. So that's actually, let's actually put it back to the header part. And that's it, just select the whole thing. Too much. Up to here, okay, up to here. Then you got this, and then you do tab, you actually put them in, okay, you then put them in. So your code is right here, you put into in here. So now you do have a Python code, right? But if you look at your page result, your Python code look like garbage. It is not a code that you would like to look at. So this doesn't work because you want to share the code with other people. But it doesn't follow the format that you want to have. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So how can we fix it? So do not use the P tag, use pre-format tag. Use a pre-format tag, PRE, pre-format. So let's see, this is a pre-format tag. Okay, pre-format tag will format it into the Python code format. Keep the format that you have. It's okay?
Yeah.
This is useful usually when you list down your language. Sometimes you may want to list down as code. So right here, not only the pre-format, you may also want to add another one that's called code. So code is another one that you can have. before your pre-formatted text. Okay. Okay, so you change to the coding standard that you want to have. Okay, so now we actually finish this one called pre-formatted tag. We also finish the so-called quoting tag. Okay, it's two more things that we learn. Then you may have a figure. Figure is a chart, and then the figure caption. Okay, let's actually try to do this. For example, you may have a Python code, and you may create a Python picture, right? So let's actually create a Python code and create a Python picture. So let's actually bring up the idle. One moment, okay? I'm going to use a Python to create a picture and then include it in our page, okay? So let's assume that you're writing a scientific report and you new file, okay? And this one I'm going to save as so go to the E drive, go to the EC Academy, go to this one called Web Design 26, go to HTML, go to chapter 4. So this one, let's call it us.python. Okay, so let's call it us.python. Okay, so this is us.python. That's actually from PyLab, import everything from PyLab, import everything. Okay, and we do have the x equals linear space. Okay, from minus 6.28 to 6.28, from minus 2 pi to 2 pi, and then 101 point. Okay, and then your y equals signs of the e for e in x. Okay, so you do get this x and y, and then you show a picture, and you do show, and inside the picture you show, you do plot your x, y, and then green color. Okay, so that is this one. As soon as you actually create such a program, okay, you do have this chart. So now let's save. So right here, this one, let's save to figure. Let's actually save to the E drive. Okay, so this one, I'm going to save it as sign.png. Okay, so sign.png, that's done, okay? So that chart being created using the Python script, and now we are going to put it into our page, right? Our purpose is to teach you how to put everything, okay? So this, you do have the code. Now we actually, after the code, you may want to have something called figure. So figure has closing figure, and then you may also have the figure caption. So figure Hessian is figure 1. Okay, sine function. Okay, and you do put your figure right here. So your figure. So let's look at the figure for the HTML. So let's do HTML figure text. So HTML figure, you would put the image. Oh, caption need to be inside. Okay, caption need to be inside. So I'm sorry, I make a mistake. So you need to put your figure in there. So this let's actually open it. Your caption need to be inside the figure. Figure caption need to be inside here. Okay, and you also want to include the image. And SRC equals this one called US. No, not PNG. This one is called figure. What's that? Oh, science. Sign the PNG. Okay, sign the PNG. So with 200 pixel. Okay. Okay. So that actually is the figure caption and figure. So that's a save. And let's actually refresh it. So after call, the Python figure being included, the figure name being included in the caption. It's okay.
Yeah.
So this is when you finish your page. This one you can go to your PPT, PowerPoint presentation file. You can also make a website for it. Okay, so whatever we are showing you is some skill that will help you to do research and publish. Okay, to publish it as well. Okay, so this one is a feature. Okay, so right here we do finish these different items right here. Okay. Now let's
Okay.
Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So these are bigger items, including the quote, pre-formatted text or figure. Okay. These are bigger items. So today we already finished the bigger items. Now I think we will move on to the smaller items. So next one, we are going to talk about span. Okay, span. And then we may talk about strong, small. Okay, this different one. Okay, let's look at it. So what is the use of the span? Span is, okay, let's go back. So here, let's assume that we have something right here. Okay, so right here, we may want to change the color of the text right here. It's US history curriculum. We want to change the color here to purple, right? We just want to change these different words to purple. So how can we do that? Let's go back to here, okay? So let's go back to this page right here. Identify your location you want to change. So right here, you do have US history. So that's here. Let's start with the span. Okay, and then cut this closing of the span to the end of the curriculum. So this one is the range that defined by the span. So this is a different span. We will change the style to be colored purple. Okay, so we will change this US history curriculum to be purple. This is smaller item, okay? This is just smaller item. You see, this part become purple color. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Next one, we want to make it a strong case, emphasized. Okay, that's called strong. So let's assume that it's a modern America. We want to change it as a strong case. Okay. So let's go to here, identify the text location. It's right here, modern. So let's start with strong. Cut. And then ending at America. Okay, let's save. Let's look at it. Okay, let's look at it one more time. So let's look at it one more time. So right now, this one not changed yet. So let's refresh. So it becomes strong case. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So this span and the strong is used for it. Okay, now maybe some of the text you don't think is important, so we can change it to small case, small letters. So let's go back to here. Okay, so here it may be, let's see which one you may think that is not important. Let's assume that, okay. Okay, so maybe this click here, whatever to introduce the unit. This is only a note. So you may think this is not important. So let's make it a small case. So let's put over here. Let's change it to small. Small will use a smaller font for it. Smaller than usual font. Okay, so you see, these different words are smaller now. Is that okay? But it's not very obvious, so let's actually do this. Let's actually do style, color. Let's change it to green color. Now let's change it to darker green color, so it will be more obvious. It is smaller, but we also change it to color. Change its color to make it very obvious to be different. Okay?
Okay.
So these are different small text that you would like to change your text format. Okay? Now next one, what we will cover is the superscript and subscript. Okay, superscript is used when you have a power. Subscript is used like for these chemical items. So let's do it. So right here, let's assume that we do finish this paragraph. Okay, right here. And then right here, let's see, okay. So that's actually, okay, let's create a new paragraph. So let's actually put it over here. Let's actually create a new paragraph. So here, let's put the paragraph. Okay. Let's just say Albert Einstein discovered the energy relativity rule. So it's equal E equals mc squared. But this is square, you want to make it what? Make it the power. So here let's do super case. And then closing of the super case. So you become E equals mc squared. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Superscript. This one called superscript. SUP, okay? So let's actually save this one. Let's see, this is E equal MC squared. Okay, let's actually run it. Okay, so error, this one, E equal MC squared, okay?
Okay.
So then subscript. Subscript usually is used for chemical, CO2, right? CO2. So let's go back to here, okay, and let's see. If they use CH4 as fuel. This is all wrong, right? It's actually wrong. I'm just making it up. So this one you will make use the subscript. Okay.
Okay.
This is wrong. Okay, there's no such chemical rule. That's actually just making you to see this subscript over 4 right here. It's okay.
Yeah.
So this one is superscript and subscript. It's a two small script. So we finish that. Next one is structural. Structural is that you do have some text that you don't like. You use a S. So let's assume that you actually write in the text that you don't like it, but you don't want to delete it as well. So like here, maybe for example, the student grades you the history, whatever. This one you don't like. So you do S. And then up to here. So this whole thing will have structural. It's called S-tag. So this part, as you can see, very tedious. You go into the details and then a lot of things you need to learn. So this is a stretch rule, okay? Means that you don't want to delete yet, but you don't want people to consider it as well. So you use a stretch rule. Okay, that's the stretch rule. Then boldface you can use bold, Italian or underline. Okay, let's you look at the underline. Sometimes you want to have a line under it. So let's assume that let's look at that. How about this US history? We want to use an underline. Chinese part. Okay, so let's go there. So here you actually use even Chinese is okay. They don't have problem with it. Okay, so this one is the US history. You do have an underline over it with it. Okay, is that okay so far?
Yeah.
That's the underline, and then we have a boldface emphasize the text. These two, let's look at it. So boldface is very similar to strong, okay, similar to strong. So let's actually make this a TPT boldface. So let's go up. TPT right here. So let's do B tab. Let's B tab. Okay, because you don't see it, so I'm going to change the style to the color red. Okay, so you will see the boldface better. Okay, so far?
Yeah.
Next one, we are going to change the Italian tag using I tag. Italian. Let's look at, for example, that is download word. Okay, that's actually if the download need to be specially treated. So right here, let's pull it down. Download right here. Okay, so this one, let's put Italian. Italian is tilted. So let's use the style equals color red as well. Okay, so you know this is a special later. We change it to color red. So it is Italian item. Okay?
Okay.
Emphasize similar to the boldface. Okay, EM. EM is emphasize. So let's try to Albert Einstein. Okay, let's try this one. So this one, let's change to EM tab. Let's use the green color. Okay. So it's also Italian like. Okay. Any question? So strong like a bold, strong and bold are similar. Italian and emphasize are similar. Okay. Any question?
No.
No. These are smaller text. Next one is hyperlink. Hyperlink, you want to link to somewhere else. So let's look at hyperlink. So let's assume that you want to hyperlink. Okay. United States of America. Okay, so that's actually pick the Chinese. Can you read Chinese or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this one. This means American, okay? The United States of America, okay? Okay, let's look at this one. No. How come you go to the Facebook? Okay, so let's assume that we have this Wikipedia you want to refer to. So it's a quote whatever page. So let's copy this one. Okay, this is a US page. So you want to link with the page. So right here we do have this one. Okay, right here. So you start to have 8. Okay, this 8 is called, that's called href equals okay, the Wikipedia, whatever, okay? And this 8 finish at this United States of America. That's actually saved up to here. So this A tag is called anchor tag. Anchor means it's linking from one location to the other. Is okay?
Yeah.
So it's called A tag. So this A tag is very simple. You actually bring up your page. You refresh it. So right here, you see this, it becomes blue. So when you click, you go to this page. It's called A tag. anchor tab. Is that okay so far? Okay. This is called hyperlink A tab. So you jump to another page. You jump to the other page. Is that okay? So you
Yeah.
can create an A tag to Facebook, you jump to Facebook. You create an A tag to YouTube, you will jump to a Facebook YouTube page. Okay? Any
Okay.
questions so far?
No.
Sometimes that's actually you may want to have a line between these different sections. You may want to have a line to separate them, to have a different separator for this one. So right here, you may have a line. So this line is called HR, horizontal break. HR, horizontal break. So let's look at it. Okay, so right here, let's actually get started with the first. We do have the first paragraph quote. So after quote, let's put the HR there. Okay, that's one line. Between this paragraph, I think I don't need that. So this is 3 paragraph, we don't need that. But in this curriculum right here, let's put the HR. In the 13th state right here, let's put the HR. Different section, okay, different section. So right here, that's example code here, let's put the HR. Okay, that's about it, okay? And let's actually save it. And let's look at it right here. Let's actually look at it. So this different one is the line that show up, that's called HR line. It's okay?
Yeah.
So this different thing you have to practice, okay? Because right now I give you a lot of things you may not remember. So you must watch the video, try to create this different tag by yourself. Then you'll be able to design a page by yourself, okay? This different line. One more, maybe you want to have, let's assume that between this paragraph right here, you may want to put several lines of the empty spaces. So you can use BR. It's called line breaker. So line breaker, you can put a several line over there. So right here, 4 lines. So let's see. But in the English and Chinese, there are 4 lines of the breaker now. So it is right here. Right now, there's no break. So let's actually refresh it. So for extra line breaker is 80. Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes you may like to put some space between American history and these different words. So let's put some space there. So this one is BR is the adding a line. Now this one we would like to add some space. This space is called NBSP. NBSP. SP I think is a space. So this NB is nibble, 1 nibble space. Okay, so NBSP is very small. You need a few of them. So right here, let's do NBSP semicolon, NBSP semicolon, BSP semicolon. Let's actually copy 8 of them so you can see it. Too few, you won't see it. So let's actually make 8 of them. I make 9, but I will delete 1. And then let's call back. So let's refresh. Oh, it actually doesn't work. Let me see. HT until MBSP. I may forget the sharp sign, okay, maybe the sharp sign. S sign, okay, S sign. You actually need to have an S sign. I forget it, so it's S sign. Each one of them is one small space. So this is one space, two space, totally 8 spaces. Okay, good. So BR is a new line. MBSP is a space. Adding the space to there. Go. Okay, so this is 8 spaces right there. Okay,
Okay.
this MBSP. I think we actually pretty much finished everything here. Okay. Other may be too much. Okay, you may not remember. But there's a table you can use. All kind of a tag you can use right there. Okay. Here I don't go into there. You can download a page to study it. Okay, this part I think we finished. Input tag and time tag, we don't cover it. Okay, next time we will come to here for the structure. Today we don't cover this. Okay, we're up to here. Okay, next one come back. We'll talk about how to get the division and the divider work. Okay, right now no divider. Right now it's just a pure page. One by one listing. Okay. Next time we will have a division. Here one box, here one box, something like that. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So today up to here. Any question?
No.
No, that's it for today. Okay. Good night then. Bye bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye bye.